Welcome to Chapter 1, I Am the Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard. I'm going to cover this because this is so important to realize and understand. And I'm going to break all this stuff down chapter by chapter, going through what consciousness is and how to use your power to manifest whatever you want to come into your life, and understanding all the variables and dynamics that come with it. And it really can be simple once you truly understand how manifestation works. And understanding that you have that ability, knowing you're living in a simulation, knowing that you are I am, this is how you get to the next level. And I'm going to be covering each one of these chapters on the YouTube channel. Again, I know I've covered these before, but each and every time that I do it, I get new stuff, new information, and I just unfold consciousness a little bit more, and I get more out of it. So I want to break this down with you guys on the YouTube channel again. And also, I want to tell you that if you would like to ask me any questions, or you'd like to go further into this, I'm actually covering this book on the school community live. And I'm doing that for an entire hour with questions and answers on live calls with you in the school community. So I'm going to cover this stuff briefly here like I used to. But if you'd like to go further into depth with that, go to the description and click on the very first link, and you can join my community on School. This World is a Simulation, and you'll have access to those live calls where you can ask me questions, and it's just a better breakdown. I have more time to cover everything. So, and it's live. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and jump into this. Chapter 1, I Am. All things, when they are admitted, are made manifest by the light. For everything that is made manifest is light. Ephesians 5:13. The light is consciousness. Consciousness is one, manifesting in legions of forms or levels of consciousness. So this is the breakdown of this Bible verse, Ephesians 5:13. There is no one that is not all that is, for consciousness, though expressed in an infinite series of levels, is not divisional. You are not divisional in your world. There is no separation or gap in consciousness. There is no separation or gap between you, me, the world, or any material objects in the simulation. We're all connected. You have this control to manipulate it once you understand these tools, okay? Once you learn how to use these tools. There is no real separation or gap in consciousness. I am cannot be divided. I may conceive myself to be a rich man, a poor man, or a beggar man, but the center of my being remains the same, regardless of the concept I hold of myself. At the center of manifestation, there is only one I am, manifesting in legions of forms or concepts of itself, and I am that I am. I am is the self-definition of the absolute, the foundation on which everything rests. I am is the first cause substance. I am is the self-definition of God. You are a particle of God. God lives within you. Don't you know that Christ lives within you? The kingdom of heaven is within you. And it's stated throughout the Bible. Exodus 3:14, I am hath sent me unto you. I am that I am. Exodus 3:14, be still and know that I am God. Psalms 46:10. The Bible's trying to tell you something here. All right, so I am is a feeling of permanent awareness. You're locked into the 4th, 5th, and 6th dimensions, okay? Time, space. When you have become the ultimate absolute I am, which is God, you are everywhere at all times. I am is a feeling of permanent awareness. The very center of consciousness is the feeling of I am. I may forget who I am, where I am, what I am, but I cannot forget that I am. The awareness of being remains the same regardless of the degree of forgetfulness of who, where, and what I am. I am is that which amid unnumbered forms is ever the same. This great discovery of cause reveals that good or bad, man or woman is actually the arbiter of their own fate. You are in control of what happens to you. You are in control of your fate. Nothing else is trying to harm you. There's nothing playing games or testing you. The subconscious mind is impersonal. It doesn't want to harm you. It's non-selective. You are in control of this. All right? And that is the concept of, you are the arbiter of your own fate. And that it is his concept or her concept of themselves that determines the world in which you live. And his or her concept of themselves is his or her reactions to life. In other words, if you are experiencing ill health, knowing the truth about cause, you cannot attribute the illness to anything other than the particular arrangement of your mind or the basic cause substance or an arrangement which was produced by your reactions to life and is defined by your concept of self, I am unwell. This is why you are told in the Bible in Joel 3:10, let the weak man say, I am strong. For by his assumption, the cause substance, I am, is rearranged and must therefore manifest that which its a rearrangement affirms. This principle governs every aspect of your life, be it social, financial, intellectual, or spiritual. I am is that reality to which, whatever happens, we must turn for an explanation of the phenomena of life. It is I am's concept of itself that determines the form and scenery of its existence. Everything depends upon its attitude towards itself. Everything in your life depends upon your attitude towards yourself, how you truly feel about yourself, what you've really truly consent to be deserving of in your life. That's what happens to you. That which you will not affirm of true of yourself can never awaken within your world. If you can't affirm it to be true about you, something that you feel that you should materialize in your world, or you're not being treated the way that you want to be treated, or you're not living in the world that you want to be living in where you have everything that you desire, it's the only reason that is not in your world is because you will not affirm that as true of yourself for some reason. And what is that reason? Only you know that reason. Getting to the bottom of this. It can't awaken in your world until you affirm it to be true in your world. That is your concept of yourself, such as I am strong, I am secure, I am loved, determines the world in which you live. The concept you hold of yourself, what you affirm to be true of yourself, creates your world. That determines the world in which you live, such as I am strong, I am secure, I am loved, I am confident, I am rich, I am abundant. If you have that concept of yourself, that will materialize in your world. It has no choice. So in other words, when you say, I am a man, I am a father, I am an American, you are not defining different I ams. You are defining different concepts or arrangements of the one cause substance, the one I am. Even in the phenomena of nature, if a tree were articulate or smart or could think, it would say, I am a tree, an apple tree, a fruitful tree. That's what it would say. So when you know that consciousness is the one and only reality, conceiving itself to be something good, bad, or indifferent, and becoming that which it conceived itself to be, you are free from the tyranny of second causes. You are free from the belief that there are causes outside of your own mind that can affect your life. Remember, everything is contained within your own mind. Every material, tangible circumstance or object in your world is actually contained within your own mind, and it's not a solid reality. It just appears that way through your senses. Your senses are making that appear real, but it's not. It's all contained within your own mind, and when you can get control of your mind, that's when automatically you can materialize whatever you want to appear in your world, because it's not real. It's an illusion that which you can manipulate in your own mind and create it simply by understanding these concepts and redirecting your mind and learning how to control your imagination, what you consent to being true, and your concept of yourself. And there's no reason why you can't make a decision to be somebody new, to change your concept of yourself, to shift your states of consciousness. And as soon as you do, new things have to materialize in your space, in your world. All right? There are no second causes. You can be free from that belief now. Free from the belief of second causes, that somebody out there is testing you or doesn't want you to have something unless it's based on what you consent to being true. But you can also change that. In the state of consciousness of the individual is found the explanation of the phenomena of life. If man's concept of himself were different, everything in his world would be different. If your concept of yourself were different, everything in your world would be different. And I want to emphasize that. That is, listen to that. Absorb that. Be present right now and listen to that. If your concept of yourself were different, everything in your world would be different. It would have to mirror your new state of consciousness. And that's not just a tricky play with words or, yeah, of course it'll change because I've changed and this, and no, it literally, you shift realities. You change, the world changes when you change. Like it magically changes. It can shift when you make a decision. It can actually make huge changes almost instantly, okay? So, your concept of yourself being what it is, everything in your world must be as it is. Your concept of yourself being as it is right now, your world has to be and must be the way that it is now. It can't change until you change your concept of yourself. It can't change until you change your states of consciousness. Thus, like Neville says, thus, it is abundantly clear that there is only one I am and you are that I am. It's abundantly clear. Abundantly clear. And while I am is infinite, you, by your concept of yourself, are displaying only a limited aspect of the infinite I am within your current shell. Because your ego connects you with your body selfishly, and you consider that, you think that you're separate from everything else. That's the only reason you're limited to the ultimate absolute I am, the infinite I am. Because you're connected to this single body. But really, you are I am. You are a particle of God. So, build thee more stately mansions, O my soul, as the swift seasons roll. Leave thy low vaulted past. Let each new temple, nobler than the last, shut thee from heaven with a dome more vast, till thou at length art free, leaving thine outgrown shell by life's unresting sea. I love that. Oliver Wendell Holmes, Sr., The Chambered Nautilus. All right, so we're going to be getting into chapter 2, which is consciousness. So be ready for that. Be conscious of this next video that's coming. So I don't want to make these videos too long. I don't want to be drawn out too long. That's why I want to talk about the live events that I'm doing on school, where I'm actually breaking all this stuff down in detail, and I'm taking questions about it. So if you have any questions on this, go into my community, the very first link in the description. Join my community. We have almost 1,000 members now. I'm doing 3 live calls every week with you. We have a Zoom mastermind. We're doing a Zoom mastermind. We have hangout rooms. We have breakout rooms with Zooms, where we have an entire course structure in the classroom, and I'm making individual exclusive courses now, brand new, that you're never going to see anywhere else but School Community. But I also want to keep posting on here for anyone that can't join. So I want to give you, I'm going to continue to post here as well. So you don't have to join. I'm just saying, if you want more interaction with the community, a really good community, and myself with live events, then join my community. It's only a couple dollars a day. I love you guys. And remember, that's the very first link in the description. I love you guys, and I'll see you inside.